If you're watching this video, chances are you've either attempted to seal your pavers yourself or had a less knowledgeable or less experienced contractor attempt to seal your pavers and the coating has failed. Failures happen because of improper or over-application, incorrect product use for Florida's unique subtropical climate, improper environmental conditions during the time of sealing, or polymeric sand was used and it needs to be removed. Failed sealer can most easily be identified by a white, milky residue throughout the area. These areas may start off minimal, but gradually and very quickly progress to the entire surface being affected. Stripping pavers requires a lot of knowledge and experience. This is not an easy job. It is very labor and time intensive and requires special chemicals and high-end, specialty-built equipment to do correctly. Dura-Guard is one of the very few companies in the entire state of Florida that have this very high-end, specialty-built equipment. This recovery system sucks up all of the old, failed chunks of sealant, pressure washer wastewater, and our stripping chemicals. Then it runs through a series of filters and has the capability of recycling the water used for continued cleaning, keeping our environmental impact to an absolute minimum. This system, combined with our heavy-duty hot water pressure cleaning system, is capable of blasting 245-degree hot water. That's 35 degrees hotter than boiling water. At nearly 4,000 psi and a high flow rate of 8 gallons of water per minute, it's able to melt off and peel back all of those failed coats of sealer once we apply our stripping agents. Even our stripper is unlike any others. We've used all of the popular strippers available to contractors and have always come up disappointed with their effectiveness. So much so that we've hired a chemist to develop our own super stripper we named our secret sauce. This proprietary product is not for sale and only for our personal use, meaning Duraguard curves the paver restoration market completely. This EPA-compliant soy-based stripper penetrates all of the layers of sealer and breaks the bond between the sealant and the paver by re-emulsifying the sealant and swelling the coating away from the brick. When Duraguard arrives to a paver restoration job, we're pulling up with over $80,000 of specialty equipment built for this one sole purpose. Smaller companies can't afford this expensive equipment, and those that can just can't justify the purchase, as there really are no other companies that do the volume of paver sealing and restoration that we do. Once the old, failed coating has been stripped off, we can begin our normal sealing process. We will first apply the Dura-Guard weed and mold inhibitor. Once again, this is another proprietary product we had formulated for only our company use. This product soaks between and below the paver joints, killing off all microscopic mold spores and roots for the weeds that currently exist within the paver system. Just using water under high pressure does not harm the plant life. It's water, the essential ingredient for all living things to grow and thrive. After a short dwell time, we begin the sanding process. We use a special 4-grain kiln-dried silica sand. This silica sand is finely ground up crushed quartz. The sealer is able to penetrate past the larger of the 4 different size granules on the upper levels of the joints and soak all the way down to the paver base, hardening all sand on the way down. We use a special process called hydrocompacting, also known as wet sanding. This technique is the most effective way to resand paver joints. The heavy, wet sand creates a vacuum below the pavers, filling the joints from the bottom to the top, eliminating any final settling or pitting like you would get from coming back the next day and sweeping the dry sand in the joints. We can now begin our sealing process. We put 3 heavy coats of sealer on every job. The 3-coat process allows us to saturate the joint sand several times to ensure that we are loading that sand up with sealant to lock it all into place once it dries. The 3rd coat is the finish coat, giving the pavers that nice sheen and aesthetic improvement. We also include Shark Grip, a non-skid additive that gets applied to the sealant to keep your pavers from becoming slippery once wet.